Let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team has one of the best young cores in all the NBA, and they look extremely good. When you look at this roster from top to bottom, what Sam Presti has been able to do since trading away Paul George and also trading away Russell Westbrook has been very impressive. Last year, they were one game out of the NBA playoffs, and for this upcoming season, if Chet Holmgren can stay healthy and he can hit his potential, I do believe this team can make the NBA playoffs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last season was a phenomenal player for this team. He will continue to be a phenomenal force on the offensive end of the basketball. When you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game, it's perfect. He can kick the ball when needed, is a perfect driver of the basketball, can shoot the mid-range shot, is also a knockdown three-point shooter as well. He's a perfect offensive player to build around for this team. And he has such a unique skill set that is hard to stop. And he can also play some defense as well. When you look at Josh Giddey, he's the perfect star to have alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I do believe that he will continue to get better. These guys are developing at a fast rate on this team. Usually it would take time for guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to get going, but as soon as he put on an OKC jersey, things got going in the right direction for him when he got traded from the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm looking at Josh Giddey right now. In just his second year, the efficiency went up, the points per game went up, and also the rebounds as well. He's a big guard, and you can run your offense through him. He's the perfect guy to have alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that backcourt is going to be very good for years to come for this team. He averaged 16 points last season, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and shot 48% from the field. He can also get to the rack as well and put a lot of pressure on opposing defenders, and he's an excellent playmaker. And you look at what they have at the forward position. Lu Dort is extremely good on the defensive end. He's a defensive force, and he's the reason why their defense was so good last year. Now, his three-point shot isn't the best, but it has continued to get better over the last couple of years, and he is not just a complete liability on the offensive end. He can do some things for you. It was a certain point in time in his career, they're just leaving him open for three. He was getting frustrated. But over the time, you leave him open enough, he'll start to knock down some of those threes, and then that's when the offense really will start to get going. He's not a complete sharpshooter from three, but he will make you pay. But he makes his name and he makes his money on the defensive side of the ball. He's great at crowding guards and will get guys and take up a lot of space. That is what he is known for on this team, and he's a perfect guy to have within this roster and within the starting lineup. Now, you look at Jalen Williams last year. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting, and he was very good at the forward position, very efficient, and as the months went by, he continued to get better. When you compare him from his first month into the NBA to his last month of his rookie season, it was a completely different player. He was hitting pull-up threes, catch and shoot threes, and he had more confidence in his game. He was also a guy that could finish extremely well at the rim towards the end of the season. He's a guy that could get a lot of lob opportunities from Josh Giddey and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And another thing as well, when you put in Chet Holmgren into the situation, it gets even scarier. Jalen Williams can hit threes, but people forget last year Chet Holmgren was the second overall pick. He was that quote-unquote unicorn, a guy that can bring the ball up the court, can shoot threes, elite rim protector, offers you a lot of size. I do believe that Chet Holmgren was the missing piece of this team last season, and it certainly hurt them in the front court. If he can come in, he can just be a good to decent rim protector early on in his career, because it is going to take time, because usually guys do struggle in the NBA early on, and some guys take to it faster than others. I do believe that Chet Holmgren has a skill set to where he can come in, he'll have the jump shot, he will have some struggles on the defensive end because of his frame. That's just how it is going to go, and he's already has dealt with an injury, with the foot injury. That's why he missed all last season. But if Chet Holmgren can stay healthy and he's gained some weight, he's not the same skinny kid he was last year coming into the NBA. We've seen him at the Summer League games of how good he is and how good he can be on the offensive end. And I do understand it's the Summer League. It doesn't really always translate over to the actual NBA. But if Chet Holmgren can come in, set some screens, get things in motion, and they can bring the ball up the court and run their offense through him in certain sets, that will make this entire team even harder to guard. And you look at the other young players on this team, it's not just the guys that they have in the starting lineup. You have Cason Wallace that you also drafted in this year's draft class. in the first round. He is very similar to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and how crafty of a playmaker he is, how he can get to the rim, he can create his own shot. So you have an Oklahoma City Thunder team that everyone can create their own shot. They can take the ball and they can do things on their own. Maybe not Lu Dort, but guys such as Shai Gilgeous, Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren can all do their thing in open space, and they can all make defenders pay, and they can get some things going in motion with that offense. I expect for it to be a free-flowing offense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last year did take majority of the shots, and he led the team in points per game, averaging 31 points a game, shooting 51% from the field. And he was one of the best offensive players in all the NBA. I do expect to see his scoring numbers may go down because he will be sharing the basketball even more. But as long as it go into wins, it really doesn't matter. Shai will still be the #1 option for this team. And I look at this team as a whole. They're going to continue to grow together. And you also had the other Jalen Williams at the center position. Gave you a lot of good minutes last year with Chet Holmgren being down. And he shot 43% from the field, averaged 6 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. He showed a lot of good moments as well. They definitely need size on this team, and that's what Chet Holmgren's going to come in and give this team. The Oklahoma City Thunder, I do believe that they're going to make the playoffs for this upcoming season in the NBA. And if Chet Holmgren can hit his highest potential that a lot of scouts say that he can be in, and he can actually be that unicorn, I think we're going to be looking at one of the scarier teams in the next couple of years in the NBA. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about the Oklahoma City Thunder? Is this just a team that just had one good season, they're going to actually get exposed next season, or they're going to be legit in the next couple of years with this young talent? We have to give Sam Presti his roses as well. This is the same guy that drafted Kevin Durant, James Harden, Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams. He drafted all those guys, and it seems like he's doing it all over again. And he's been one of the best NBA minds to come across the game. So let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this team. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.